Over the course of baseball history, the popularity of the stolen base has come and gone. It was a vital part of the game during the early days of baseball and faded away when home runs became commonplace. Then, as the second dead ball era came into being and into the 1980s, the stolen base re-emerged as an offensive weapon. Players like Rickey Henderson, Tim Raines, and Vince Coleman were prized for their speed and ability to swipe the next base. Yet, throughout baseball history, and in the varying popularity of the stolen base, very few players have reached the heights that Eddie Collins had. In fact, throughout the modern history of baseball, only 4 players have ever stolen 6 bases in a single game. Even when the 1800s are brought in, George Gore and Billy Hamilton are the only 2 players to be added to the list, with each having stolen 7 bases in a single game. On that short list of players to steal 6 or more bases in a single game, only 1 player ever did so twice. On this day in 1912, the Philadelphia Athletics second baseman became the only player to swipe 6 bases in a game for a second time, with both accomplishments coming that year. Interestingly, Collins did not lead the American League in steals that year. His 63 stolen bases were a distant second, trailing Washington Senators outfielder Clyde Millan, who swiped 88 bases. Those 63 bases were not a career best either, and Collins stole 81 bases to lead the league in 1910. He was, however, quite the prolific base stealer throughout his career, with his 741 steals ranks 8th all-time. After that performance in 1912, it took decades for another player to match Collins' performance. Nearly 79 years after Collins stole his 6th base, Otis Nixon tied his mark for the Atlanta Braves. Since then, 2 other players, Eric Young and Carl Crawford, tied Collins' modern-day record. On this day in 1912, Eddie Collins achieved a feat that no one else in baseball history has been able to match by stealing 6 bases in a game for the second time.